Oh, the cutoff on that music is always so abrupt.
Right?
Look, who puts their socks on over their shoes?
Oh my God.
Oh,
I know someone. I know someone.
What is going on?
It's been a long day.
Paul does.
It's been a strange week.
It's been a long week. I'm actually.
It's been a little longer than usual.
Yeah, it has been. And Jessie's not here tonight. She's taking the night off. She did post a pretty cute short on our channel with her doggies. You need to check it out. It's pretty cute. Yeah, so tonight we have a good show. I think it's going to be a good show. We're talking about UAPs and military stuff and weirdness, and yeah, I think it's going to be fun because anything UAP, UFO, military spooky stuff is good. It's always good. So, and Mad Max, you wanted to go first tonight.
I did. Where's? Oh my gosh, Mud Lover. I was just joking.
Where's Mud Lover? She's gone. See, UFOs. She's gone.
Exactly.
She's getting abducted, and they keep sending her back. So I don't know what to say.
Well, you know what? Real quick before we get started. So on our team is Tim.
Mm-hmm.
And our paranormal team, and I have to tell you guys, he's going to be releasing it too. He's releasing a bunch of albums, and when we were at Skinwalker Ranch a couple of years ago, like in 2 minutes, he wrote this song that is so good, and it's all about it's a play in words about being abducted. I can't wait for him to release it so you guys can hear it. He sent it to me the other day, and it came out really, really well. So
interesting.
Yes. Okay.
Interesting. So tonight we're going to talk a little bit about Groom Lake and Area 51, and everything's a super secret, right? Everything has to be a secret because I don't even know. So Groom Lake was in the spring of 1955. These two guys were sent to do some recon on a place in California, Nevada, a couple different places they went to. And they were going to scout these. It was a 2-week. I don't know what that means. It was a 2-week survey, and they were going to go scout locations for new bases in an unmarked Beechcraft twin Bonanza. I'm sure that's a little airplane, but I'm interested in why it's unmarked. So that kind of throws up red flags. First red flag. They were looking around a bunch of different places. And none of them met the guidelines, the requirements for this program. And it was rejected because some of them were rejected because they were too close to places or whatever. So they found a little X-shaped field just off the eastern side of Groom Dry Lake, about 84 miles north of Las Vegas, Nevada. And it's just outside of the Atomic Energy Commission proving ground in Yucca. So I think that's pretty interesting as well. Everything's going to kind of come together. They met with the CIA officials in Washington and discussed the progress of the base. They started building it, and later they named that base Paradise Ranch. And now I've only heard Paradise Ranch, and it was a long time ago. And the reason that it was named that, it was a dirty trick to lure workers to the program. So
it's always the ranch.
Right, exactly. It's always the ranch.
Dreamland or Dream something?
Well, wasn't it Dream? I can't remember.
I think it was Dreamland.
Well, I think it was at one point Dreamland. It could have been. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So in May of '55, they went out and they started surveying the area, 5,000-foot north-south runway. And they also staked out the general layout of the base. So these guys out here in 1955, wandering around here, staking stuff out. They had to meet with the AEC folks, and they announced that Reynolds Electric and Engineering would be doing the preliminary work on a satellite test site installation in Nevada. They moved around a bunch of stuff, and then they started getting their people in there. They said that they only had a couple test pilots that used to fly removing surfaces debris from Groom Lake. So everything that they dug up, they flew all of the debris out.
Mm.
Now that doesn't make any sense to me.
Mm-mm.
We've all been on construction projects where they just push the debris into a pile and then the trucks will come and get it or whatever. They had 4 3-mile-long runways and they were on hard-packed clay. However, they refused to approve excuse me, it's been a long day. My face is melting right now. That's how tired I am. Citing drilling resulted in discovery because there was no water out there. So they had to start trucking in water.
Yeah.
55, the base was completed. It had a single 5,000-foot runway, 3 hangars, a control tower, rudimentary accommodations for folks that worked out there. Now, they also talked about there is a working airport out there that you can fly into, but you can't fly into the restricted area, which makes no sense to me.
Well,
So,
I'm sorry, Mad Max, but I think
please.
I think a lot of the people who do work there live in Vegas, and they fly. There's a dedicated aircraft that flies them back and forth to Vegas every day.
And that's Janet Airlines.
Janet
Airlines, right. So what happens is the flights come in. They're in a plain white airplane. They have no numbers on them. And they apparently they don't even need clearance. They just leave, which is kind of interesting.
Isn't that dangerous? Like
air
super
traffic
dangerous?
control. Air traffic
That's
control
what-
has to work them into a pattern. That's just the way it is.
Well, yeah, and
They
I'm
get
sure if
priority
you,
clearance. Sure, they get priority clearance, but if you got somebody
Sure.
landing, you're landing, and you get.
yeah,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
get it.
You know what's interesting? That's interesting that they don't have any tail numbers or anything. Probably because they don't want anybody to shoot them down. I would assume, right?
Maybe.
Because I think it was a requirement. I'm stretching here, but I'm betting it was in the 20s that the United States required any aircraft to have numbers. They were given an N with a number, a tail number. They were just in that's their number that stays for life on that aircraft. So it's weird to me that marked. Just come up with it. I mean, making them unmarked makes them more noticeable.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And
Totally.
can you think? So if you're overlooking the airport, and you see there's Sky West or as I would call them, Sky Worst. There's Air Canada, whoever, and then there's this white plane with no numbers on it.
They're like, what's that?
Kind of sketch.
Yeah, it is sketchy.
Yeah, but it's on the ground. I mean, who walks through the airport and looks at tail numbers? I know I don't. That's because you're a nerd. Pauline's a nerd.
I was an air traffic controller. What can I tell you? It's part of who I am. I'm looking at aircraft.
I'm just curious.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just hoping to get on a plane and get to where I'm going without it dropping out of the sky. I'm not paying attention to tail numbers.
Yeah, you're right, Bird. You're absolutely right. I just want to make sure that I get on the right plane.
Yeah.
And whatever you do, who's ever watching this, 2 things. Number 1, never run in an airport because they hate that. And number 2, don't ever tell them, oh, look, it's a bomb. Don't ever say that because the FBI will talk to you.
Yeah, they will. Did you do that?
I was flying back from Illinois And the airport was very small, and the girl goes, "What is that?" And I had some electronics, and I go, "It's a bomb."
Oh,
I'm just joking. Apparently, that's not a joke.
No.
Not
I look
anymore.
up. This was forever ago. I look up.
God.
The Barney's standing right there. Makes me take all my equipment apart. I'm flying out of there. We fly into Minneapolis, St. Paul. He's all, "Don't be surprised if the FBI doesn't talk to you." So this is me going through Minneapolis, St. Paul, because they're not going to see me. And yeah, so I got talked to. So I'm sure I'm on a list.
You're on lists everywhere now.
I'm on a list. So yeah. So
Yep.
yeah, interesting stuff. So anyhow, this is where they actually started some of the U2, not U2, but the first U2 was delivered. U2 airplane, excuse me, was delivered to the ranch in a C-124 cargo plane. So they sent it to them as a Lego puzzle, and they said put it together there. So the U-2 spy plane was actually put together at Groom Lake. It lived at Groom Lake for a long time. They got their second one was delivered to another base, but the first one actually went to Groom Lake, which was pretty interesting. They started the U.S. Air Force transport. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Again, I'm very tired. Transported personnel to out to Groom Lake, and at one time there was a C-54M, whatever that is. I'm sure it's a plane. It's from the Chair Force, transporting personnel to Watertown, and it crashed. It crashed right by Mount Charleston, about 20 miles north of this place. So there's been a lot of things that have happened out there. In 1956, 4 more U-2s aircrafts were delivered at Groom Lake. So Groom Lake is not only super secret, it's a CIA base as well. And they put all these U-2s together. Like I said, the U-2 spy plane lived there for a long, long time.
The U-2 is the one that's the 60,000 foot elevation, like it's way up there in the stratosphere, right?
Yeah.
So the plane. Yeah, and that's the one that if it ever crash lands, and at one time they had to put one down in some other runway, and they didn't get clearance. They came in, and I guess they could do whatever they want. And I know that kind of gets you work. I know, Pauline. I get it. It's like they can't do what they want.
At the base, they can, but not in Vegas.
Anyway, they put this U-2 down, and the pilot. There was some sort of a problem, and the pilot came down, and he took a defensive position with his weapon. Nobody could approach this plane until they actually got clearance, and he was actually told that yes, these people can approach the plane. That's how secretive the U-2 was.
Wow, I'm surprised they didn't do something like a James Bond self-destruct.
Yeah,
kind of, if it crashed.
They said that the U-2 was so big, wide-wise, that when it actually parked, that one of the wings would actually touch the ground. That's how big this thing is. It's pretty gnarly from what I understand. They made it. They had no markings on the U-2 as well. And again, this is what I'm saying. They conducted a safety experiment with a warhead out there, and in Groom Lake in Area 13. So there's all kinds of areas out there, and we only know of a couple of them. I know of Area 51, Area 52, there's Area 6, and now there's Area 13, and that was Project 57. And they they dropped a bomb out there, and it spread plutonium over 895 acres.
Wow.
So I also heard, there's a lot of people that try and get onto Area 51, right? There's a lot of folks, there's a lot of YouTubers that have done it or said they've done it. There was actually,
You remember that huge push back in the early 2020s? There was just this little Facebook post that took off.
Yeah.
It said, let's storm Area 51. They can't stop us all.
Yeah.
And busloads of people showed up at the
only
gates of
200
Area
people.
51.
200.
And they had, as soon as they showed up, there's a couple people that went up to the gate, and the guards out of nowhere, just at the front gate, and they went like,
they're not playing.
and then they had a small festival for like 2 years, and then nothing after that.
Yeah, they. I actually followed a group that was regularly trying to get on Area 51, and they'd be driving down a road, and all of a sudden, the camo dudes, right? That's what they call their security. The camo dudes, this trucks had come out of nowhere.
Yep.
And it's incredible. You walk up to a gate, and those guys, they're like, hey, you know what? As long as you don't come across this gate, you're fine. Once you get past that gate, there was, like I said, they can't secure the whole area, but everything is under video surveillance there. Every bit of that area is under surveillance.
They have audio surveillance. They got video surveillance. What is that? Temperature. They've got. They've got. God, what is that? They've got sensors underground too.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I mean, you can't even. There's a reason why there's just that dirt road and then a space yay far that looks like it's never been touched, because it's never been touched. Because as soon as they hear those, you park your car and they hear those doors open, there's a Jeep coming down out of somewhere, and they're coming to talk to you.
And they're coming hot
out of the bushes.
They're coming in hot.
That you can reach part of the air. I mean, you can. It's so big, right? But Tonopah, right? Tonopah is like a gateway to it as well.
Tonopah is one of the access areas.
Yes.
Their main area is coming out of Rachel.
Okay.
And a lot of people park their vehicles in Rachel, and the buses. So the people that live closer to Rachel, and at one time, from what I understand, Rachel was actually, everybody that lived at Rachel had something to do with Area 51, Groom Lake, something like that, i.e. security or whatever. But there was, again, YouTube. There was some people that actually got in on a road, and they did not understand the language, and apparently the camo guys made sure they understood, and they cannot do anything to you legally. Now they say that they can use deadly force.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm imagining that would be if you had bad intentions. I'm sure those guys are told to stand down all day long. Just be a presence. If somebody's coming on, we think we're going to have to come flex. But what they'll end up doing is they'll call the local sheriff's department, and the local sheriff's department will come and detain these people. And from what I understand, these camo dudes, they can make your life miserable. So, but anyway, so they talked about a little bit more, not only for the U-2 spy plane. Over the year, other aircraft has been tested there. Archangel 12, I'm not really familiar with that. The SR-71, the F-117 Nighthawk, they were actually all tested at Groom Lake.
Yep.
Now, I'm not really going to go ahead.
I remember when the SR-71 Blackbird when it came out a few years before that, and there was another spike in people claiming that they were seeing UFOs, UAP, aerial phenomenon over Area 51 and Groom Lake, and then they're all, nope, Nope, not happening. Nope. And then next thing you know, about a year or two later, the U.S. military said, we got a new spy plane. It's called the Blackbird. And you're like, that's what we were seeing over Groom Lake. And they're like, no, you didn't.
Yeah,
Here you go.
exactly.
Here's the Archangel Angel 12, and here's
Okay,
the SR-71.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty darn close, huh?
Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Crazy. Anyway, they probably, just because it was a different branch of the military, they changed names.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
the CIA, that's a CIA place.
The
So,
CIA, yeah.
yeah. So anyway, the CIA reported they corrected some names for Area 51 and Groom Lake and Homey Airport. So Groom Lake is part of the salt flats used for runways at Nellis Bombing Range. The lake itself is 3.7 mile north to south and 3 miles at its widest point. Over the years, Area 51 has been the focus of conspiracy theories, like we talked about. There's plenty of UFO sightings and extraterrestrials there. They have talked about, oh, wow.
Yeah. There's a lot of environmental issues with the space.
Wow.
Yeah.
Danielle, what did he pass away from cancer? Because I know that when they were doing a lot of open pit stuff, that the carcinogens were not regulated at that time. So a lot of that stuff that they handled back then, it was all dirty. So these guys were out here going for it. They'd go pick this stuff up that's dirty and then eat their lunch. So
Yeah.
a lot of people did pass away from cancer out there.
Well, think about it too, Mad Max, from the standpoint of this is a test facility.
Right.
How many aircraft caught on fire there? So they were using firefighting foam, which is carcinogenic.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and we just yes, and so yeah, people are drenched in it. The environment's drenched in it, and it's pretty persistent in the environment. Yeah.
I would imagine that place glows in the dark at night.
Mm-hmm. I bet it
I
does.
would imagine that you, excuse me, that place is just incredible. Excuse me, excuse me. Jeez Louise, I told you my face was melting. I'm so tired. Over the years.
I'm sorry, Danielle.
Danielle.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
I am so sorry, Danielle. Oh my gosh. That's horrible. I feel the poor guy. Well, he probably drank because of the stuff he saw at Area 51. We'll give him that out.
Yeah, that's what she said. Maybe there was something brewing in his system. Yeah.
Yeah, and I can imagine, not only the stuff they worked around, but friggin' the stuff that those guys saw. I had a buddy of mine, and he was a crew chief on a C-130, and they used to fly in and out of Homey all the time. And I asked him, squared away.
Uh-oh.
We lost your sound. Is somebody listening to this?
Wow.
Oh no.
Did you do that on purpose?
Are you kidding me?
You're doing that on purpose.
Like,
Max,
I'm friggin'
I
tired.
swear to God.
It's like a cliffhanger. What?
So he said that they used to fly in
talking
there.
about something we shouldn't have, and then StreamYards is just like, you're not talking about that.
This is Manson all over again.
Oh my God.
Anyway, I asked him one time, and I said, is there anything at Groom Lake in Area 51? He goes, I can't tell you anything about that.
Uh-huh.
And that was the end of the conversation. So he he was very squared away. You could tell that he was. I think he was a lifer. Came out and did some other stuff. Good dude, good dude. But yeah. So I think he's. I don't even know. So anyway, like we talked about, Area 51 has been a focus of conspiracy theories about UFO sightings, but the military has never confirmed as of this. The Air Force maintains it's only a flight test facility. Due to the folklore of the small town of Rachel, often receives annual visitors because it's become a tourist destination. And what's it called out there? Say it with me. The extraterrestrial highway.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Now, there's also,
Yes.
geez Louise, there's also, at one time, there was a mailbox and a payphone out there. And the mailbox, they don't know who it belonged to, but it was just out there in the middle of nowhere, and it was very well kept. And there was a payphone that would ring.
Know?
Pardon me?
I mean, the post office would know.
I don't know. I don't know.
Just say mysterious mailbox recipient. I mean,
can you imagine?
This reeks of phantom.
Was it really high so the UFOs could fly right next to and drop off?
No, this reeks of phantom staircases in the woods type deal.
Yeah, I know, right?
The payphone that would ring at like 3 a.m. and you would pick it up. And
that's what we should do, guys. We should put mailboxes in weird places. Oh my God!
How awesome would that be?
That sounds like work.
It'd be so great.
Yeah, but only we would know about. I mean, it would be cool.
It would be.
How cool
No,
would that
we
be?
would. We could tape it. We just wouldn't give coordinates.
That's true.
Oh.
Well, I'll tell you what. If we put a mailbox out local, Soapy'd be out there. Soapy'd go find it. Soapy'd be like, Dad, let's go. I know Soapy'd do it.
It almost gives me
Yeah.
evil thoughts. Just random mailboxes out in like parts of Yellowstone or something like that.
Well, I wouldn't do the park because you'd get a big fine for that one if we got caught. But
what about BLM land?
I'm not saying a word. Shh.
She's not ever going to say anything, Bertie.
I'm never going to say anything about the mailbox that show up places. Okay.
I'll put one out in a random parking lot. Oh, geocaching, yeah.
Bertie's going to be that guy that goes to every yard sale and just buys
buys a random mailbox.
Just buys a mailbox. Is this mailbox for sale?
Well, the cool thing is, like, especially if you get a used one, it's going to have somebody's name and house numbers on it, and then you just go ahead and leave it on there.
And just leave it there. That'd be awesome. Oh my gosh, that'd be so awesome.
Yeah, just take someone's mailbox and move it like 3 or 4 blocks up the road and like switch it out with somebody else's and watch the mailman go. And then you just come out and you're like, oh, they like the exercise. I'll tell them it's here. And then go back in.
Our mailman, we have a row of like 6 mailboxes or 7, right? And they can never get the mail in the right damn box. Because how hard is it? And I left a note one day, right? I'm like, would you please read the boxes, right? I'm like, do your job. They put me a note back and said, it's really confusing. I'm like, how do you handle apartment buildings with 100?
No, it's not.
It's not confusing. You're a moron.
Yeah.
Oh well. So anyway, rumors began after civilians areas started reporting UFOs, and that was in the 60s and 70s. Conspiracy theories start about Area 51. They blossomed in the 1980s when a man who allegedly worked over the installation claimed the U.S. government was auditing a recovered alien aircraft. Over the years, other theories, including Area 51, was used for weather manipulation, right? That's kind of like the Hart Place up in the Antarctic. And which is, I don't know if they did that or not.
Yeah, they did.
They developed energy weapons and exotic propulsion systems, as well as storage and reverse engineering of alien spacecraft. Now, they have talked about they were actually, and I again, this is something that I heard, but they had talked about the re-engineering of a lot of these spacecraft that either crashed or landed or whatever. When they would do these recoveries, they would actually go out and they would use vehicles that looked like just like city stuff, like the city of wherever. And they would have a crash. They would actually move in walls. They would work all night long. There's specific teams that would do this. And they would put stuff in a friggin' 10-wheeler and drive down the road. And it would say city of wherever. And they fit in so well that nobody really realizes what's going on. But yeah, they've talked about the reverse engineering is like the big thing that they did. There's folks talking about, deathbed confessions, right? About they would actually go out and, these guys are dying and they're like, yeah, you know what? We would actually take these UFOs apart or UAPs apart to figure out how they worked. So that stuff happens all the time. So that's pretty much it for my Area 51 debacle tonight. I do apologize. I was kind of all over the place.
No, you're good.
I'm a little tired.
My
so
uncle drove into Area 51 through Tonopah. He drove some kind of route, and he drove an unmarked truck. He had a clearance, and he had a helicopter above him and behind him. And he had unmarked vehicles around him. And he would drive into the base. He did this for 15, 20 years. Drive into the base, would be relieved of his vehicle. He would go to a barracks where they would put these like guys that would come in or serve whatever. And I think I was telling you, Mad Max said they had to wear radiation badges at the time. Yeah. He did, specifically him and a few other guys. And if they wanted extra time off, they'd stand in front of the TV and watch that badge turn colors so they could get extra time off. And then they clip it back on. Those big TVs we used to have. Yeah. But he said he did it for, I said, did you ever know what you were hauling? And he goes, nope. I said, do you ever ask you? Nope. He goes, I made a lot of money and I never asked a question.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, it's funny that you say that. It's funny that you say that because I've actually seen vehicles moving up through our area, and these are big trucks, and their spotter cars will come in and say, "Hey, just to let you know, we're not stopping. Don't chase us. We won't stop. And if there's a problem, for they would be going out to areas around our place, and I'm sure INL or Atomic City or stuff like that. Yep. But they one time a guy comes in and he walks into the booth and he's got a Hawaiian shirt on, and hey, just to let you know, we have 2 vehicles coming up the road. They're not going to stop. Don't even bother chasing us. Don't call ISP. And don't worry about what we do." And they took off. All right.
Yep. Yep.
Deuces.
Yeah, it reminds me of the story that I think it was out of East Coast. I think it was like Brown Mountain or something like that. There was a guy, he drove big semis for years and years and years. And then one day his boss is just like, he calls him up and he's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm just about ready to unload and then pick up another load." And he's like, "Forget whatever you're picking up. There's going to be some people coming. You're going to follow them. You're going to pick this up and you're going to drive it. They're going to tell you where to drive it and just do what they tell you." And he's like, "What the heck is going on?" And sure enough, these 2 guys come in a car. They walk up to him and he's like, "Can I help you, gentlemen?" And he's like, they handed him a card and they're like, "Get in your truck, follow us. Don't ask questions." And he got all loaded up and stuff like that. And they're like, "You're going to have a car in front of you. You're going to have a car behind you. You're going to have a helicopter above you. Mm-hmm. Do not stop for anything. If you have to eat, if you have to use the bathroom, if you have to do whatever, you have to call this number and tell us when you're going to do it." and then you only have 10 minutes to do whatever you need to do, and then we're back on the road. And
That's pretty much what I saw happen in Childress when I lived there, because that's where two highways come together in Texas, right? That goes up to Amarillo and down to Wichita Falls, and one that goes all the way up to Canada. And there was a black semi with black SUVs all around it, and guys in black with black. I don't know. I think there were AKs that got out. The guy went into the convenience store, and he went to the bathroom, and he came out with the snacks, and he got in his truck, and all of the guys got in their SUVs, and away they went. And not one word was spoken, and everybody in town was. I mean, it's a tiny post town. We're all looking at him like, "Holy crap!" Yeah,
right.
Truck.
Yeah, and with the same thing with that story is he's passing through like small towns.
Yeah,
because they're like, we're not taking major highways; it's too much of a risk. So they're going through small towns, and they're passing by, and people are just like watching this thing go down. And he got to the base, and they're like, okay, get out of your vehicle. Like you said, you got relieved of the vehicle, you got put into a place, and they're like, okay, we got to, wanted you down for radioactivity. And they said they scrubbed that truck. They just like doused it in cleaner, and what he said is the most bizarre thing ever.
Yeah. So, Dirty Birdie, what story did you have tonight?
I have one on Shag Harbor.
Ooh,
and
cool.
That would be Canada's Roswell.
Oh, okay.
Okay, cool. I haven't heard of this. What is
Yeah.
it?
So, in October 4th, 1967, numerous reports came in around midnight in this little town of Shag Harbor, Nova Scotia. And there was a report from Air Canada, Flight 305. He reported seeing a strange craft on the left side of his plane as he was coming into the airport there at, I think it's called Halifax. And he noticed that this strange craft, he said it was a brilliantly lit rectangular object with a string of smaller lights trailing it. And as he's watching it, he noticed that it had a silent explosion. And then about 2 minutes later, there was a second explosion, and which faded to a blue color around the object. Later on, at the same time, Daryl Dorsey and his sister KK and his mother were sitting on the front porch of Mahone Bay when they noticed the same large object maneuvering above the southwestern horizon. Next day, he wrote a letter to the RCAF, which is the Royal Canadian Air Force, Greenwood Base commander, asking what the heck they were seeing. So, at the same time, there was a man named by the name of Captain Leo Howard Mercy, and he was on his boat, and he saw 4 blips on his what's a DECA radar?
Some sort of radar.
Just the radar on the deck?
DECA radar?
DECCA.
It's got to be some type of radar.
Okay. He looked up at about 28 kilometers, about 17 miles from the vessel's windows, and he saw the same 4 bright objects situated in a roughly rectangular formation. So him and a crew of 20 fishermen stood on the deck and watched this happen. And as they're watching it, this craft crashes right off the island there into the harbor. So about later on, people had witnesses had reported hearing it, when this is happening, a whistling sound like a bomb. I don't know what that entails. It was probably like the old movies or the cartoons when a bomb is dropped. It makes that, and then a whoosh, and then finally a loud bang as it hit the water. I mean, all these people are seeing this happening, and there was a few people that actually in town saw this happen. They ran out to the harbor and watched all this go down. It was like they watched this thing go into the ocean and start sinking, and it sank to the bottom. And if I remember some of the story right, it hit the bottom of the ocean, but it traveled. It actually traveled another 25 miles to a place called Government Point.
Wow.
But then,
Bert, hey Bert. So it went into the water and it cruised on the bottom for another 20 miles.
Yeah, apparently.
Wow, that's not.
And while that is going on, some people said that they saw a second craft following behind it. So it was like it came in, and for whatever reason, it's like it blew an engine like a fuel cell, and it's crashing. It's going down. The second one is coming in behind it, sort of like a rescue effort. But that ship crashed in the ocean, and for some reason traveled another 25 miles to a place called Government Point. Again, go figure. I mean, super secret craft, you might as well go hide in the government, I guess. But
well, you know what they say, we're from the government, we're here to help.
Yeah.
So did they ever recover this?
They actually sent out ships to look for this. I mean, yeah, the Royal Canadian Coast Guard, they sent out ships when all this went down. I mean, they just sent out communications going, okay, where's all your planes? Where's all your ships? How's this doing? Everybody checked in. They're like, we're fine. And they're like, well, what the hell was that? And they go out and check. And they did get a ping on the radar. And then they start sending out people to go and get it. And then magically, it wasn't there anymore. So they have all these people doing all this work. And then all of a sudden, they just stop working, and all these people in the town are watching them do all this stuff. And they've got divers coming out of the ocean, and they're like, well, what did you see it? Did you what was it? And they're like, nope, nothing down there. And they're like, what are you talking about? We watched this all happen. They're like, there's nothing down there. But this whole time is that there's this yellow foam that's bubbling out of the ocean and into the harbor.
What year was this?
This was 1967, I do believe.
Yeah. I know that they've had a lot of underwater bases. Did that ever come up? Because I know off the coast of California, they're supposed to be right off of Malibu. There's supposed to be an underground base. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know. But did they ever do recon on that?
I don't think the term of like underground bases was a thing. But yeah, it makes me wonder. Like this thing crashes. blows an engine, it's leaking fuel, it crashes in the ocean. We're better to go than a place called Government Point to get repairs.
Kind of ironic.
Yeah. But after all this is said and done, it's wrapped up, and it's been years and years. 2019 comes rolling along,
Wow.
and the government of Canada decides to roll out a coin. And if I can remember how to do this, I'll show you the coin that they decided to print out and kind of, what are you doing? They kind of print out and are mint out, and it's kind of like a finger in the face of everybody that's been there. And that's this coin.
Hold on. It's not sharing. Let me get it up here. There. Oh. Is that supposed to be
Yeah.
a UFO or?
Yeah, that's supposed to be the UFO.
Interesting.
Wow.
This part of the UFO part doesn't show up in daylight, but if you put a black light flashlight under it, then the lights in the UFO show up.
Oh, wow.
Fascinating.
So I remember hearing about this years ago, and geez, it's kind of like all these witnesses, it's kind of like the government of Canada just went and just gave them the finger and said, shut up. Nobody believes you.
Our government's doing that to us for all these years too. It's no different. I mean, we've had
but that is ballsy.
Look how many people saw the Phoenix Lights when all of those how many people filmed it? I mean, it was everywhere. Oh, it's just weather balloons.
Yeah, but where's the minted coin for that?
Yeah.
Where's our Roswell coin?
Yeah.
Right. The bad thing about that is we truly had weather balloons flying across our country.
Yeah.
And we were told, don't worry about it.
Yeah, we did have. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And that was just a couple of years ago.
Right.
And I was like,
somehow went
wait a
across
minute,
all of our
yeah. It's just weather balloons, and we're like, okay. And then the jets came in, and we're like, uh-oh. I was like, okay, weather balloons. And then the jets came in, started shooting them down. Like, oh no. Uh-oh.
No. They didn't shoot these down, did they?
Oh yeah.
No, the one that came in from Canada actually came in from Russia over Canada, came in through the northern United States, and I think they made contact with it in Texas, and it actually ended up in the water.
Yeah, it went
So
all
I
the way.
don't know if it was shot.
No.
It went across all of our nuclear launch sites, all of our silos.
Mm-hmm.
It was from a different country. Yeah.
You know it was.
Yeah. They knew who it was from, but it's nothing. Anyhow, let's not. Yeah, because I'll just.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's another show.
What you got?
But yeah, that's kind of interesting stuff. I think that they probably like to hide in the water because nobody bothers them. You know, they can't hide up here.
We can't really follow them unless we have a submarine.
Exactly, and mine's in the shop. So
if their technology is that superior, they can go deeper than the technology we have. That can go down.
Yeah.
We don't have stuff that can go as deep as they can.
Yeah, and they can just zip as fast as they want underwater, apparently, too, just like they do in space, in our airspace.
Yeah.
Mud Lover, what's your story?
My story is what people do to avoid being abducted by aliens.
I want to hear this.
Tinfoil hat.
Hey, I'm going to start with the screen helmet. Screen, like a screen, window screen.
Yeah.
And apparently, It won't stop the abduction, but it stops them from reading your mind.
I thought that was supposed to be the tinfoil.
No, and I guess you can Google it, and it'll show you how to make your own screen helmet.
Oh, we should do that. We should all do that for an episode. I have a big roll of
Oh my god! We should. Oh my gosh!
Quick aside. Last Saturday, I went and with a couple of friends, and I went and saw Weird Al.
Oh, nice!
And one of his songs is called "Aluminum Foil," and it starts off pretty tame, but eventually he starts going into conspiracy theories and UFOs and mind reading, and he wraps his head in aluminum foil. And there's a group of people wandering around the concert with aluminum foil on their head.
Well, I'll tell you guys.
I'm like, I don't think that means what you think it means, but I do.
Oh my gosh. Awesome. Oh, next we have, they say to use dark window coverings on your house because if there's no light coming out of your home, then they don't think anybody's home, so they'll just keep moving along.
They're too stupid to figure that out.
Okay, no one's here. Next. And I don't make the rules, but it says don't eat pizza before bed.
What?
Oh, what?
Eat pizza before bed.
That'll abduct you if you eat pizza before bed?
Yeah, apparently they think that they will. So that people don't eat pizza before bed.
Okay.
Challenge accepted.
Share? Is that what it is?
I don't know.
Apparently they were gonna pluck the pepperoni from you or something. I don't know.
Right?
Maybe they like garlic.
You know,
maybe.
I don't want to think how they
after you eat pizza. You know, it'd be like, I don't know. Anyway.
No, I don't
maybe
know.
they think you're eating their ship because it is round like a UFO. And if they're watching you and they're like, he's eating our ship.
That's right. Maybe.
Questions.
Our babies are in there. There's little beta Tony.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so if you're driving along somewhere and it gets kind of weird, do not get out of your vehicle.
Oh, well.
Just stay in your vehicle.
I've got that covered. I'm not getting out.
That's right. Stay out of the forest at night.
Oh, not. Why?
What if you're
Because
camping?
if it's dark and you're alone, they're going to abduct you. Okay, if you're going to go in the forest at night, make sure you're with a group of people, because that's one of the things as well. Don't be alone in the forest at night.
Yeah, because that worked out great for the Algonquin 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it did, didn't it? It also worked for Betty and Barney Turner.
Travis, what's his name? Travis
Walton.
Walton was abducted, and he was with like 5 other guys. I mean, he walked away from him, but he wasn't that far away. They all saw him.
But you remember, too, he got back out, and he walked up to the ship.
Oh, that's true.
See?
In his abduction, in his interview, he said he walked up. Everybody was in the truck, and he walked up to it.
Yeah,
the ship itself.
Yeah.
And
so he left.
Don't be a hero. Don't be the hero.
That's right.
All right.
No touchy UFO.
Okay. So if you do happen to get abducted, you're going to want to have the location Earth dog tag, so that at least they know where to bring you back to when they're done with you.
Good.
And you can actually buy one of those as well.
Great.
Nice. Okay.
Don't show fear, because they prey on fear.
Oh.
Yeah. And there's also
hard getting yanked out of nowhere, put on a ship, and they're like, "Time for your probe," and it's not like you go, "No, you're freaking out."
Hey, bears prey on fear too. These sound a lot like bears. Just
right?
saying.
Yeah.
I wonder if you wrapped yourself in a screen, if bears couldn't get to you.
Well, there you go. Also, the bear bells.
You'll just
You
be
should
more
get your
crunchy,
bear
but
bells
you
out.
can't read your mind.
Bear bells.
Bear bells. Like there's grizzly poop all over our forest with bears with bells.
Why is it sparkly? Oh, those are her bells.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Mud Lover.
Oh, no, that's all good. Let's see. Did I talk about the $10 million UFO abduction policy?
Yeah. You can buy one?
You can actually buy one of those as well.
Yep.
They do sell
I
them.
heard about those.
How are you going to prove it, though?
You get a certificate.
No, but how are you going to prove your abduction to collect?
Oh, yeah, great question.
You get a certificate.
You get those little metal pieces in you that move around.
You can get that in shop, too.
Have you ever heard of those people that have been abducted and they come back with metal in their body?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then when they have them surgically removed, nobody knows what they're for. Why these people had foreign bodies in their body?
A lot of times they're a metal that it's unknown.
We don't know it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or when they try to remove it, it's like it knows, and that piece of metal will move throughout your body.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
So yeah, they prep you for surgery, and they're like, okay, it's right here, and they go and they get their surgical tools ready, and they're gonna stick you, and that little piece of metal will go whoop and move, and the surgeons are like, what in the hell? And then they'll try to do it again. It'll move again.
I wonder if you went to an MRI, if it would just pull it right out of you.
Huh.
Can you imagine that?
Wow.
How wild. Well, but you got to remember, too, if it's not magnetic.
True.
It's not big. So I'm imagining their stuff is like above titanium or whatever, something this, because I have metal in my elbow. And I always thought that I would go off when I was going through the airport, and say bomb or something. But the last time I had an MRI, they made sure that I kept. What?
Nothing.
Okay. Mud Lover.
Go ahead, Mud Lover. I'm sorry.
No, that's all good. Let's see. And I don't know what this has to do with it either, but it says renters don't rent. Apparently they like renters for some reason.
Okay.
Most
There's
renters
a motive
live
behind
alone.
this article. I'm seeing it now.
This
This is the mortgage company that wrote this.
was from multiple sources.
Multiple sources. The entire
Different websites I got this from.
Well, the reason why they say renters is like usually younger people or first-time renters they usually live alone. So there's not a house full of like mom, dad, 3 kids, 2 dogs, a cat. There's not a house full of people. You can just pluck them out and then put them back.
With the dog tag. You got to have the dog tag so they know where to put you.
And the helmet.
Write your address like they tell you, like for a hurricane or something. If you're not going to leave your house, use a Sharpie, man.
Well, that's why you have a sticky note and a pen, and you write your address down before you go to sleep. And then when you see that bright light and you're about to be sucked up into who knows where, and you grab it and go,
right here.
please
that would
return
work?
to.
Hey, I'm going to go completely off. You know why they give people in the military 2 dog tags, right?
Well, one is for your body bag.
Yeah, toes and teeth.
Toes
and teeth.
Yeah.
Yep. They take the little one that's got the ring on it. They put that on your toe or on your bag, and the other one they put between your teeth. And
Yeah.
toes and teeth, baby.
Okay.
Goodness.
Anything else that we should know?
Nah.
No.
There's a bunch of corny stuff, but no, that's about it.
Well, we didn't have time for mine, which is fine. But I do have a story about something funny that has to do with UFOs. So after my mom, when she got hurt, she had broken her neck, and so she couldn't be out on the force anymore. She went into dispatch, and she had this little guy. We had a number of very interesting characters in the town where we grew up outside of this town, but it's Placerville, California, for anybody who knows. Hangtown, California, the original name. Really interesting fellers that lived old on Main Street in this old hotel, right? One of them was dressed, he looked like Charlie Chaplin, and he would salute all of our trees. Right? Anyway, but this one dude was convinced that the aliens were after him, and he would like be panicked, and he'd come flying into. There's this really cool building called the Ketchup and Mustard Building, and that was the old police department and City Hall side by side. This narrow little building, right on Main Street, and he'd come flying in the door, all freaked out that the aliens were going to get him, and nobody would give him any attention. So one night, my mom knew it was about time because it was every couple of weeks. Kind of like a lunar cycle, he'd come in, right? And my mom she spent an hour one night making this ginormous paperclip chain. It was like probably 8 feet long. And when he came in all paranoid, she goes, I've got the solution. And she goes, look, if you have this pinned to your shirt and it touches the ground, you're grounded. And they can never see you again. They can't hear you. They can't see you. They don't know where you are. Oh my God, he was so happy. So he was running down Main Street on the sidewalk, this paper clip chain, just a wagon behind him. And every once in a while it would break and he'd come screaming into the police department with the two pieces because he didn't know how to put it back together. And they would very patiently put it together for him and hook it back
up.
Yeah.
That's so nice.
That's actually heartfelt, and
yeah,
it is
wholesome. It's actually wholesome.
Yeah. I mean, he really thought they could hear him and watch him and everything else, and he never took that chain off. But if it broke, he freaked out.
Yeah. Right.
You know what that is? That's community policing right there.
That's right.
There you go. And she got all of the officers involved in it. And at first, a lot of people were like, come on, and she's like, no, we need to take him seriously. Let's help him out, So,
yeah.
Anyway.
Very cool. Wow.
That's our feel good for tonight. So,
yay.
Aww.
So what did we learn on this episode? Don't eat pizza. Don't live alone.
That's right.
Wear your aluminum foil hat.
That's right. And don't get out of the car.
Don't get out of your
car.
Paper clip chain. Wrap yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Groom Lake's been around for a long time.
Groom Lake's been around for a very long time. And Sag Harbor didn't happen, but then they memorialized it.
Right.
With a coin.
Yeah.
Very good.
Love it. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. And go back and check out our episode this week. On our playlist of the Thin Line, we had an incredible show with a gentleman who was a search and rescue ranger in the Tetons. He did high altitude search and rescue missions up on the Grand Teton for about 20 years. And so he shared a few of his stories, what he's doing now. Really fascinating, gentlemen. I think you'll really enjoy the show. So thanks, and we will see you next week.
All right. Bye.
See you guys. Look to the heavens.
Mm-hmm.
Or don't.